How do you get ready for a great day at the shooting range? In this video, I'll review my tips and tricks for range day, what you might expect to see at the range, and go over some basic safety guidelines if this is your first time shooting. Hey there, it's Daniel, the Next Houdini. On this channel I cover my hobbies: firearms, technology, music, and magic. Also reviews, tips, and tricks from the man cave. If you love it, please subscribe. Also check out the description box below for some links and resources related to this video. Now let's jump into today's topic, range day prep. I prefer shooting on designated public areas or private property compared to the paid, managed facilities like the indoor and outdoor ranges. I find the managed ranges to be more stressful, more pushy with time, and when I'm out, on family property or something, I can just take my time and do it in the way that I like. Also, if I'm shooting multiple calibers of firearms, I can switch from a pistol to a shotgun to a rifle if I'm on private property. But if I'm on a range, oftentimes you'll have to move from the pistol range to the rifle range to the shotgun range, and you have to pack up your stuff and move your table every time that you switch. And so that's why I don't prefer that. Don't shoot your eye out. I'll be taking my buddy in a couple weeks to the range, and he's a first-time shooter. So it's really important that we go over some safety guidelines before we even pick up a gun for the first time. There are 3 basic rules for firearm safety. Always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Always keep the gun unloaded when not in use. There's no need to overcomplicate these rules. There's lots of special terms that we use in the firearm community, but if you just keep these 3 simple rules, you're going to eliminate 100% of the danger to yourself and others while using and operating this firearm. When we go to the range, we'll be taking eyes and ears. And that's eye protection and ear protection. For this demonstration, I'm going to use a snap cap. This is an inert safety round that does not actually fire a projectile. I'm going to put it in my empty mag and load it into the gun. At the range, anywhere, any firearm can misfire, and it's going to happen. So that's you pull the trigger and the bullet doesn't come out. So what to do when this happens? Do not turn the gun to the side. Do not look down the barrel. Keep it pointed in a safe direction always. The easiest way to clear a misfire is to take your magazine out and clear the round. The gun is clear, the misfire is gone, and is still pointed in a safe direction. Unless you're completely alone at the range, sounds lonely, there's some basic etiquette which you need to follow to protect yourself and others. While you can control what you do and where you're pointing your gun and whether or not your gun is loaded, at the range you can't control that with other people necessarily. This is where we differentiate a cold range and a hot range. A hot range is when firearms are presumed to be loaded. A cold range is when the firearms are unloaded and no one is touching the firearms. The cold range is when you're able to go down range, set up your targets, move your targets, switch them out, and come back safely to the shooting area. In managed facilities, they'll have like a red flashing light or an audible siren that goes off to indicate that the range is cold and you can go adjust your targets. When you're out shooting on, let's say, designated state land or something, you want to make sure that the other shooters, people who you don't know, all have their weapons down, their firearms down, and the range is cold. Always leave the range in a better condition than how you found it. A lot of the public lands that people shoot at are kept secret because they don't want to risk losing that privilege because some hooligans are out there making a mess and kind of just leaving it and being disrespectful. So always bring a trash bag, always clean up all your brass, your spent cartridges, You can even lay a tarp down to pick them up easier. I save those in a Ziploc bag, and then any garbage, ammo boxes, you know, water bottles, anything else, just put in a garbage bag. And I always pick up a little bit if I see any other garbage laying around before I leave. It's just a responsible thing to do. It's always more fun to shoot at targets. If you don't bring these with you, you're going to end up shooting at some old cans or some paper you find laying around. But if you bring targets with you, you can have a lot of fun. I prefer this target from a company called Right in the Rain. It's printed on an all-weather paper, which means it's good for shooting in the rain. In Washington we run into that a lot, and it's not fun to shoot a soggy target. There's also a target stand kit you can buy. It comes with a metal stand that you just stick in the ground, and then this cardboard backing, and the target goes on top, and you can just switch your targets out, but then it's not going to be blowing in the wind. And these are nice. Then for pistols, I'm excited to use this spinner target. So it's heavy metal, but when the bullet hits it, it just kind of swings. That's how you know you hit it. It also makes a sound, right? So there's a smaller target for like more accuracy and a bigger target for fun. And this pretty much uses any handgun ammunition round besides like a .50 caliber. Mix it up. You can bring a watermelon or a pumpkin to watch explode. If you have a shotgun, these clay pigeons are fun to shoot. They're also biodegradable. You just have to plan ahead and bring it all with you. Always follow local and federal laws when transporting firearms to the range. I always keep my firearms unloaded and locked and in the trunk when I'm transporting them. If I have to stop at a gas station or a rest stop on the way, no one's seeing me take my gun bags or cases out of the front of the car and putting them in my trunk, because then they'll want to steal them. No one's seeing me move stuff around. If I get pulled over, the officer doesn't see a gun laying in the back seat. By spending an extra few minutes to plan ahead, you're going to avoid an unnecessary crisis. What are your top tips for a day at the range? Also, what do you put in your range bag that I didn't mention? List it in the comments below and we'll have a conversation and learn from each other. To get notified when I post new content like this, please subscribe. I prefer shooting on designated public lands or private property. There's an airplane.